Hello and welcome to the Scatterville channel, and today let's go over the best PCs you can build specifically for video editing and multimedia content creation. So if you want to build rather than buy a PC for DaVinci Resolve, Premiere Pro, Blender, any sort of 3D modeling or CAD software, and heck, maybe even game design, then I'll be presenting 4 different PC build lists you're welcome to follow, ranging from $1,000 going up to $2,000. Which is to say, if you just wanted to skip this video outright and check out my website pcbuild.gg or check out my links in the description down below, you can look at any of these 4 multimedia and content creation PC builds yourself. Otherwise, I'm going to be spending the rest of this video telling you guys about what specific PC hardware you should put into those sort of PCs, and why it's going to be a bit different than just building a regular gaming PC for video editing and content creation. So the most important piece of hardware in a video editing and content creation PC is going to be this CPU. Ideally, you're going to want something that has a lot of cores and threads and runs efficiently. And actually, my favorite brand right now for doing that, surprisingly, is Intel. Not just for the reasons that I listed, but also quite a few of these come with integrated graphics, which are very awesome for video editing in many different video editing programs. So let me give you an example. I'm actually shooting this footage right now on a Sony camera at 4K resolution, which is like, yeah, you know, something we all do, but I'm shooting it in a compressed H.265 codec with a color of 422 10-bit, which is notoriously one of the hardest video editing formats to work with, because it allows you to shoot at 4K with the full color spectrum of this camera, but without the ridiculous file sizes, which is nice for a solo content creator like me who doesn't have terabytes upon terabytes of footage to work with hard drives. But the good thing with these Intel Core Ultra CPUs is that the integrated graphics in them allow you to decode that really difficult H.265 codec live on your video editing timeline without any hiccups. There are quite a few other CPUs that don't have this sort of feature, which if you were to place this same sort of footage in your video editing timeline would be choppy, it'd be slow if you were to do any sort of live playback and cutting of your video footage. So for video editors, I see Intel Core Ultra CPUs as a must. Not just again for the cores, threads, and efficiency, but for those integrated graphics which can greatly assist in video editing on your timeline. And as far as the rest of the ideal components for your PC build, I'll be explaining that as we go through each of these PC build guides on my website pcbuild.gg. We'll go ahead and start the CPU manufacturer by Intel, because here are those 4 multimedia, or actually, I guess I've got 5. You're gonna get a bonus build in here. So kicking things off, I have my cheapest $1,000 multimedia and productivity PC build list, which uses the Intel Core Ultra 245K, which is a little bit different than the CPU I'll be highlighting throughout the majority of this video, but still very capable. It has 6 P cores and 8 E cores, and in terms of multi-threaded applications, beats the competition while running cooler. But also the price for it is pretty exemplary. It's about $230 right now. Of course, that price can change, but given the performance of those cores and threads, that's a really good price for an Intel Core Ultra CPU that's gonna give you a lot of video editing performance. Maybe even the most you'll ever need, but otherwise, for the graphics card, also consider going Intel, because the Intel Arc B580 also comes with its own dedicated decoders that can also assist the iGPU in your video editing timeline. Also, the B580 comes with 12 gigabytes of VRAM, and there is a positive correlation between the amount of VRAM in your graphics card and the overall video editing performance. So we want to have that in the B580, which is nice for its $250 price tag. Otherwise, we're just going to get a standard CPU cooler, a compatible B860 motherboard that'll work with that LGA 1851 socket, which this specific one I have chosen features a Thunderbolt connection, which is nice for those of you who are going to be working with Thunderbolt drives and want to have that supported in your video editing PC. Then for the RAM, we're going to want at least 32 gigabytes of DDR5 memory. Yes, there is a positive correlation between the amount of system memory you have and your video editing performance, although I think for this kind of a build, 32 gigabytes is plenty. 64 will definitely give you some benefits, but that'll come with an increased cost, which you may see in some of the later build guides that are more expensive. Then for storage, given the budget of this build, I think a singular 2TB M.2 SSD is going to be fine, although if you want to split up your drives to create a scratch drive and a boot drive, so a boot drive that contains all of your necessary programs, but then a scratch drive for storing all of your video exports and files, you're welcome to do that as well. It's just a little more costly than a singular 2TB drive. You can choose whatever case you want, and then for the power supply, I mean, you don't need a whole lot to power this system, so a 650 watt 80 plus gold will be completely sufficient. And this for $1,000, it's gonna do everything that you want for video editing, multimedia, 3D modeling, all of that stuff. Now, if we move up to my $1,200 PC build guide, it's more or less the same thing, but with a few changes. We're given the option of also using the 265K if you want a CPU with 8P cores over the original 6P cores that comes with the 245K. Otherwise, the only major difference is for the graphics card, you can actually consider going NVIDIA in this segment, which will be greatly helpful for those of you who want to do any sort of CUDA applications that involve 3D modeling, which the 5060 Ti 16GB with a lot of VRAM is going to be a nice overall choice. But here's what I want to highlight next, and that is my $1,500 multimedia and productivity PC, because finally, all of this will start to come into play. So for the CPU, you could go with the 245K that I was just talking about, but given our increased budget, I think we should look at that 265K for those extra P cores and extra E cores. Then for the graphics card, feel free to step it up to an RTX 5070. Again, keep it to NVIDIA for those CUDA cores for 3D modeling and that sort of stuff. But then for the motherboard, we can ball out a little bit, and I want you to look at getting a Z890 motherboard like the Z890 Tai Chi from ASRock that I have here on the table. Reason being, specifically for video editing, this also comes with dedicated Thunderbolt ports on the back of the rear I/O. So if you're working with Thunderbolt drives, that's a useful thing to have and support with this sort of motherboard that you may not find in others. Then for the RAM, again, feel free to choose what you want in terms of capacity, whether it's 32GB or 64GB. I've got 64GB here in the build list, but I want to really point you guys to this G.Skill Trident Z5 Royal Neo kit of RAM that may be a bit expensive right now, but is soon going to go on a really good discount, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit. Then for the case, I've actually got this exact Montech X3 mesh, which is an inexpensive case with a lot of fans providing fresh airflow to these components, which will get hot while you're rendering stuff in your video editing or 3D modeling. But you're gonna be able to get this case at actually a really good price. Just hold out, just hear me out for a moment. And you can pair all of that with this MSI Mag Core Liquid A15 240 cooler, which is to say, if you wanna get all of this in a singular bundle this Black Friday in a really good combo deal, Newegg is offering a limited quantity deal of all of this you see here for exactly $589. So if you really wanted to go all out on a complete Intel system, from the motherboard to the CPU to the RAM to the case to the cooler, while getting everything for nearly half off what you'd originally pay for on a non-sale day, especially for that memory, which is being clocked in at $90, which is what you would have paid for a few months ago before the RAM price hikes. This is a really great high-end combo kit to kick you off with a really solid PC while making the most bang for your buck this Black Friday. So again, if you want to check out this combo set here from Newegg that will work with any of these multimedia build guides I'm talking about, as well as the rest I'll cover, do check out my link in the description down below to this deal. Again, it's a limited quantity, only 200 people will be able to get this, so get it before it's gone if you want to get a solid Intel Core Ultra system up and running on your end. And on top of this, feel free to get another 2TB SSD. Again, it's flexible from here on out. If you want to add another scratch drive onto this as another 2TB or something like that, you're welcome to do that because this ASRock board here has plenty of M.2 slots on it for multi M.2 storage. And then for the power supply, you can get something a little bit bigger, like 750 watts, and that would do fine. And then finally, we have the big one, my $2,000 multimedia and productivity PC. Spoiler alert, it's more or less what I just covered in the $1,500 one, but we're using that excellent 265K processor with 8 cores and 12 E cores. But for the GPU, we can definitely kick things up to an RTX 5070 Ti, which is probably the most I go for a video editing or content creation PC. Anything beyond that is going to be very much overkill. This has 16 gigabytes of memory, which is going to be the most you can get in an NVIDIA card without overspending to a 5090. Again, you can keep it to the same Z890 Tai Chi motherboard that I've linked here in the PCBuilds.gg link if you want. RAM again is what you can get, like the G.Skill Trident that I have here in this combo set, which is going to go for a ridiculous price. And here I've actually got the storage split up. which you can do this for any of the build guides that I've mentioned so far, but you can actually support it given the budget of this build. And again, same case, Montech X3 which is gonna go on a crazy discount this Black Friday. And then you can finish things out with an 850 watt 80 plus gold power supply. That'll be enough for that Core Ultra 7 processor and RTX 5070 Ti. So there you have it. Really, for making a great video editing and multimedia content PC, you need a capable CPU that'll handle any sort of workloads that you throw at it, not just gaming stuff, which these multi-threaded Core Ultra CPUs do a pretty good job at, especially if you get the ones with integrated graphics. So there you have it. If you want to check out any of these video editing PC builds, check out the links in the description down below, as well as this combo deal, which is for surely going to run out, but I'm letting you guys know it's going to be for a limited time only, and there's a limited quantity, so it's going to run out fast. So with all that said, thank you so much for watching, and this is the Scattervolt channel, signing out.